Hi friends, I'm Kazel and welcome back to the new video of the 2023 Digital Planner Creation Masterclass. This masterclass has been going on for quite a long time now, so without making it any longer, let's begin. In the last episode, we have set up our future log pages, and today we are going to start setting up our monthly subsections, specifically the tabs. For the first monthly page, we want the January page to have the January tab, the same as this. So let's duplicate the title template because we also want to have the monthly tabs, which are the tabs on the right side page. For organizational purposes, I'm dragging this duplicated template and placed it after the future log templates. Then tap on it and rename. For this template, this will be the first page of the January subsection, and I want this to be the calendar page. So I renamed this as January Calendar. I will be using this template for the other pages of the January subsection. So I will also be setting up all the tabs to the final design that I want. For example, the text written on the tabs and the colors. For the tabs on the right side, this will be for the weekly subsections of January, and I previously added 10 tabs here, and I want 2 tabs for each week. A page for planning and the other will be for journaling. I decided to just add the label of the weekly planning pages and leave the journaling pages blank because later on I will be adding the dates corresponding to each of the week. We will be doing that in the later part of the process. I have adjusted the size of the text in the first tab, so I will also be changing the size of the text for the other tabs. Now that all the weekly tabs have been labeled, I will now be customizing the color of each of the monthly tabs. Since this is for the January subsection and I use the color blue for the January tab, I also want color blue on the monthly tabs. Let's start with the calendar tab. Unlock it first and then go to Style in the brush icon and select Fill. Tap Color and slide to the left, and I'm using the color picker to select the color of the January tab. I did that so that I know what color to start from because I want a different shade of blue. I can achieve that by adjusting the slider here. Now let's change the color of the Memories tab. Once the tab is unlocked, go to Fill again. You can also use the preset colors here if you like. For me, I'm using it as a starting point because I want the tabs to have a color transition. I want the calendar tab to have the lightest color and the second blank tab to have the darkest color. Let's repeat that process for the third tab. I selected the color from the presets and swipe to the left to further customize the color. For the fourth tab, I selected the same preset color again, then swipe to the left. Since I already adjusted the first slider to maximum, I will now be adjusting the second slider. For the first blank tab, since this color in the preset is a little darker than the color of the trackers, I'm just going to use it. For the last tab, I also use the color from the preset too. Now that is for the upper monthly tabs. Let's customize the tabs in the right side too. Select the first tab, go to Fill, then swipe to the left and color pick the color of the calendar tab. I want the first week tabs to have the same color, so I'm going to repeat that process for the journaling tab for week 1. For the third tab, I want this to have the same color as the Memories tab, so I'm going to use the color picker again. I will be using the same color in the fourth tab. The color for the third week tab will be the color used in the Habits tab. For the color of the next tab, I'll use the color picker again. For the tabs of the fourth week, use the color picker again to select the color used in the first blank tab. For the last 2 tabs, I'm going to use the color used in the second blank tab. And here is what it looks like once all the colors of the tabs have been set. The next step that we are going to do is set up the pages which these monthly tabs will be linked to. Tap on the page template we just set up and duplicate. This will be the page where the Memories tab will be linked. I want the tabs to look like it moved, so adjust the slider in the Arrange under the brush icon. Now let's duplicate this memories template. Tap the thumbnail of the duplicate and rename this to the third tab, which is for the habit trackers. Select the habits tab and then go to the brush icon, then arrange and then adjust the slider. After that, duplicate the template again for the trackers tab. Renaming the page templates during the creation process really helps a lot later on when we are setting up the actual pages of the digital planner, especially in our case where we made a lot of page templates. So make sure to rename them. This template is for the first blank tab, and let's duplicate this again to create the template for the second blank tab. I renamed this one as January tab 2. Then adjust the slider for the placement of the tabs. Now we are going to set up the page templates for the weekly tabs. I made a duplicate of the calendar page template because I want the setup of the tabs at the top where the calendar tab is on top of the rest of the monthly subsections tab. But if you want the calendar tab to be at the bottom, you can use the January tab 2 page template and duplicate that. Now this is for the tab for week 2. Rename the duplicate and adjust the week 1 tab and reposition it behind the third page. The second tab behind the second page and week 2 tab behind the first page. Also adjust the blank tab for week 2 behind the second page. I have added the screenshot of the setup of my tabs on the screen so you can check it out. Or if you're interested in a more in-depth tutorial on how to set up realistic flipping tabs for your digital planner, you can check out my Skillshare class. I have added the link in the description and you can watch the tutorial for free if you like. If not, I will be showing you the individual setup of my tabs in each of the page templates on the screen. Now for week 3, adjust the week 2 tab behind the third page, blank tab for week 2 behind the second, and week 3 behind the first page. Don't forget to also adjust the blank tab for week 3. Then duplicate this page template and let's start adjusting the tabs. Week 2 blank tab behind the third page, and a little reminder, if your tabs are slightly on top of one another, for all the tabs that are behind the third page or the last page, if you have more or less than 3 pages, make sure that they are also arranged correctly. If you have the same setup as I do, make sure that the topmost tab is behind the second tab, and then the second tab is behind the third tab, and then so on. This trick makes it so that there is a perceived depth and makes your digital planner more three-dimensional. Now we are working on the week 4 blank tab. Adjust the week 3 blank tab behind the third page, and week 4 tab to be behind the first page, and week 4 blank tab behind the first page. Then duplicate. This will be for week 5. Let's first adjust the tab for week 4 to be behind the third page and then the blank tab behind the second page. Also the tab for week 5 to be behind the first page and the last tab to be behind the second page. Duplicate this page again for the last tab's page. Adjust the blank tab to be behind the third page and week 5 tab to be behind the second page, and lastly the last tab to be behind the first page. Now that we have created all of the monthly page templates for January, on the next videos I'm going to show you how I will set up each of the pages, and I will also be showing you a trick that I use to make the creation process of page templates for the other months faster. So make sure to subscribe and see you in the next video. Bye!